Well, it's the beginning of a new year. For some people, that means getting back to training. For others, maybe they never stopped training. Yet, for others still, maybe it's time for them to begin training for the first time. No matter what situation you're in, let's talk about how to maximize your training. Hey, what's up? I'm Ken. This is kenfuTV, and each week I release videos in the martial arts, philosophy, technique, training, that sort of thing. So that's the kind of thing you're into. I hope that you stick around. I hope that you subscribe. Hope that you share this with somebody you think will get value out of it. But mostly, I just hope that it's valuable to you and that you enjoy it. If you like videos like these, or better yet, if you like technique videos, training videos, that sort of thing, then also remember that I've got a join link down below so you can join this channel. You'll help support what I'm doing and also get access to a ton more content. But for now, let's get on with it. How do you maximize your training? When it comes to maximizing training, there are a handful of things that I think are important, if not valuable, to maximizing what you get out of your training. But the first, the simplest, yet the hardest, most difficult thing is you got to show up. You got to actually be there, and you got to be there consistently. Even when it starts to drag and you hit those plateaus, you got to make it through there. You got to realize that there are times when it's fun and there's times when it's work. But getting to the other side is what makes you better. It's what helps you succeed. It also imparts to you perseverance and discipline. These are very, very useful skills just in day-to-day life. So that's number one, most difficult. You got to show up. Second in importance, yet this one comes before the last one, you got to find somewhere to train. You've got to find somebody to train under. I can't encourage you enough to find the right place and to take your time finding the right place and to evaluate whether or not this is the right place. Here's the deal. The things that you get the best at are the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you will keep going to and you'll spend the most time on. It doesn't matter how effective the art is or how well known it is or how well it does in tournaments or any of these other metrics. If you don't like it, you're not going to show up. You're not going to put the time in. If you don't put the time in, you're not going to get very good. Let's face it, you want to enjoy the thing you're doing, so it starts off by picking a good place. And that means sometimes you need to go evaluate multiple places. Spend the time, take the time to get to know different people, to try out classes, use your trials, and find out, where do I like to train? Where do I feel at home? Where do I feel like I can benefit? Where do I feel like my goals are in alignment with what I can get from this facility? Where do I feel like I get along with everybody? These are all things that play into whether or not you're actually going to show up. And that, like I said, number one, most important, yet most difficult, is you got to show up. On top of that, you got to look for your teacher. The teacher is the most important part of what's going on. This is the person that is going to shape you into who you become. You will be the person who puts in the work and becomes who you're going to become. There's no question of that. I've got other videos about how that process is really important. And as I say, I don't teach anybody anything. They teach themselves. I just show the way. It's important to realize that the teacher, the person who sets the tone for the classes, is going to impart morals and ethics and training discipline. Also, just general skills, how to do things. No teacher has every way of doing things. So you want to find a teacher who is doing things the way that you want to be able to do things. They're setting the example that you want to follow, that are further on the path that you want to go down, not just any path, the one that you want to go down. This is the meaning of having a sensei, one who has gone before. Pick wisely. You want them to have gone before to the place you're trying to go. Number three. Now, this one is important. This is important to understand because the martial arts is something different than a lot of things. Where many things you show up and you are given what you need to succeed. You are shown, here's what you do. Do it this way. This is what's up. The martial arts is different than that. You are growing yourself as a person. You are gaining skills and becoming the best you that you can be, which means that you need to be responsible for your training. The way I think of it is train as though you're the only person training, that you were training alone. Show up when you need to show up. Put the work in that needs to be put in. If you're struggling with something, work through it. Put the effort in. If you're good at something, spend the time making sure to sharpen it and refine it. Everything you do should be about making you better regardless of what's going on around you. No one else is going to lift you up and make you who you are. And your teacher cannot do that for you. That person can show you the options, the things, the ingredients that you can use to make you the person you want to be, but you have to develop your recipe, who you are. So train like you're the only one training. Don't diminish yourself because the instructor's not giving you what you feel like you need. Don't diminish yourself because other people around you are doing better. Don't diminish yourself because other people around you aren't working as hard as you are, so you don't work as hard either. Don't do any of that. Make sure that the effort you put in is backed by your goals, that you're pushing, you're making it work, that you're putting in the effort. Because the only thing that defines how well you excel is you. Number 4, to take that and flip it on its head, then appreciate everybody around you, every student that's on the mat next to you, everybody that you train with, every teacher that you spend time with, every lesson that you're given. Take that and add it to what you're doing. It's additional. The work you put in is it. That's the thing. Everything else is additional to that, and accept it, embrace it for what it is. Don't look down on it. Don't be upset about it. Don't compare it to other things. Just take it for what it is and make it useful to you. Put the effort in and realize the things that are being offered to you, the examples of people next to you who are good, who you can steal the way that they do things and become better at doing the things that you do. Take the lessons that you're given by your teacher and apply them. Find out how they fit you and where they fit in what makes up who you are. Lastly, number 5, constantly reevaluate, reassess. Make sure that you're paying attention to your goals. Over time, your goals change. So you need to make those assessments. Am I still on the right path for the goals that I have? Sometimes we start a journey and we learn things about ourselves that change what our overall goals are. So if that happens, we have to reevaluate whether or not the place that we're at, the people that we're learning from, are still pushing us towards our goals. If our goals change, sometimes we're in the right place, sometimes we're not. And we got to make those assessments. We've got to find that leads to different conversations with your instructors and the people around you. And sometimes it leads to finding a new place. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you keep striving to meet your goals. Yours, not those of the people around you. Just because the whole group is going this way doesn't mean that your goals are being met, being satisfied. So reevaluate, reassess where your weak points are, reassess where your strong points are. Spend time evaluating yourself. It's not about other people evaluating you. By all means, do that. Your instructor will evaluate you. You can ask your peers to evaluate you. Strengths, weaknesses, all this stuff. They can help you see a part of yourself that maybe you don't normally see, but you need to spend the time evaluating who you are, what your goals are, and if you're improving the way that you want to improve. Measure it. That which is not measured is not managed. So manage it. There you go. That's my 5 tips, my 5 ways to maximize what you get out of your training. And I guess at the end of the day, when you look at it, it all sums up as you are the thing that will maximize your training. It's not the stuff you can buy. It's not the lessons you can purchase online. It's not going to the most expensive school. It's not any of these other things. It's do you put the time in? Do you put the time in? Have you surrounded yourself by people trying to go the direction you're going? Are you taking their lessons for what they are and incorporating them, not fighting them? Are you making sure to show up and just be consistent and be diligent, disciplined, and persevere when times are hard? When you struggle and plateau, are you making sure to push forward and not succumb to this idea that you're stagnating? Sometimes stagnation is just when you have not had a chance to really get a picture of where you're at. And that's those times to make those evaluations. That's those times to see how you can change things, not necessarily improve, just how you can change your situation to make it better. At the end of the day, every single one of these tips is about you. You're the answer. You're the thing that's going to make yourself succeed. You're what's going to maximize your potential. Everything else is a tool to get you there. What advice do you have? Use that comment section down below to give advice to others that you think is valuable to helping them succeed. Let's help each other move forward into this new year and achieve our goals, achieve things greater than we ever thought we could. And let's do that by doing it together, supporting each other, even though we're doing it individually and working hard. The group supports the growth. That's the way it goes, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. The people that you find yourself surrounding yourself with are likely to harmonize with the direction you're going, and that will always lead to a better thing. So sometimes you got to evaluate the people around you too. But hit those comments, leave some advice. Do this for me. Leave advice for people, things that you've learned, things that have helped you improve. Encourage each other, and let's do this together. That's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it gave you a little bit of motivation. And if it did, I hope that you share it with somebody else who might need some motivation as well. We're starting this new year. We're doing this whole thing. So let's get it. Let's get after it. Don't forget, if you want to support this channel, if you want to help me out, there's membership links down below where you can join very, very inexpensively, get access to extra perks, but also help support what I'm doing here. If you like these videos, I've got a couple more for you right here, and you can subscribe right here. I'm Ken. This is kenfuTV, and I'll catch you in the next one.